evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising. We are back for this week's live video.
Yay.
Video.
We have Jay Baxter with us. Hello, Chris and Tiffany, and anybody who is watching. Bob's here. Tilla's here. He says, hey, y'all. Tara's here. Hello, everyone. Donna's joining us. Hi, guys. Attila says, Princess raising the drink tips to 20% and then raising the gratuities.
I did see where Princess was raising the drink tip. So they're raising the service charge from 18% up to 20%. It's pretty cruise line standard. We are pretty much that time of year. And of course, it's not the gratuities yet, but you know it's coming. But it definitely is the service charge. So if you go buy a drink, instead of 18%, they are now adding 20% to your drinks for Princess Cruise Line. So,
yep. Nellie's joining us. Hi, family. Texas Cruisers here. Good evening from Mr. and Mrs. Texas Cruiser. Nellie says, good thing I got Premier Package.
Yeah, and completely agree with that when it comes to Princess Cruise Lines. Absolutely believe in the Princess Plus and Princess Premier. So absolutely believe that. Yes, because you get to go get coffee after coffee after coffee at the International Cafe. We know why you get the Premier or the Plus package.
Yes.
It's for the coffee.
It's for the coffee.
It absolutely is. So, I know we've talked about it a couple of times, and we mentioned it when my brother went on his cruise, and he went on his very first cruise, 14-night Journey's cruise on the Carnival Dream. Matter of fact, the same cruise we're doing in October, but I actually had the opportunity today to talk to him on the phone. I must talk to him for a good 2 hours about cruising today. So I actually got to hear someone from their very first cruise, give me their likes, their dislikes.
So the question everybody's asking, is he hooked?
He's hooked.
He's hooked.
He is absolutely hooked. His first cruise out, he gave it a little Nelly treatment and spent some time in the casino. Apparently enough time in the casino that he's already got casino offers for his next cruise. So that got him right there. So they're already sitting him offers. But yeah, it took one 14-day cruise on the Carnival Dream, and we have hooked ourselves another one.
Yes.
And so they're already looking and ready to book their next cruise.
Lake Cupid is here. Good evening, everyone. Welcome.
But I think I have to say, though, he said his favorite thing, his absolute favorite part of the cruising experience, and I get it, and I see it, and I can 100% agree with it, he said, was the crew. He says the service, top-notch, just some of the best, friendliest, hardest working people he's ever met. And he spent a good portion of his cruise trying to talk to crew members. So that's a great way to start off your cruise and a real positive thing to come back with, I think.
Yes. Attila says, there you go. Casino offers for brother. Woo.
Yep. So cruise line don't want to let him go either. They're like, we got you. You want to play the Buffaloes? We got something for you.
Jay Baxter says, but what's going on at Princess now reminds me very much of all the cutbacks that Carnival Corporation has done to P&O cruises over the years and Carnival Cruise Lines.
Well, same corporation, so.
Nellie says, casino offers make you hooked.
They do. I mean, but it did turn, they had an absolute excellent experience and definitely are now recommending it to others and are ready to book their next cruise. So we have recruited another into the lifelong pursuit of who are you booking next?
Yes. I'm working on one at work.
Well, they were looking, and I think I've got him pretty convinced that now that he's done Carnival, based on what he said he liked and the things he was looking for and the things he enjoyed the most, I think we're actually going to send him to MSC next to try. I think he's ready for the MSC Seascape. So,
Chica's here. Hello, everyone.
Welcome to tonight's show. Glad to have everybody here.
but does he realize he went on a Journey's cruise?
He did. He did, because I talked to him about it beforehand, and of course we talked about it afterwards. He himself said, though, and a little bit opposite of the reaction I thought he would get the first time, but maybe it shows how hooked he is. After 14 days, he was rather sad that it couldn't be longer. So I kind of thought, for 14 days is kind of stepping into the deep end right off the bat, but he actually said he could have gone more. So, and he already has said that 4 5-night cruises probably aren't going to work for him, because he wouldn't get enough time cruising if it wasn't a minimum of 7 days. So, but he did say he only saw about 5 children on the entire cruise, which he liked. But he did see, that was made up, of course, by scooters. So, but which honestly is not that surprising on a Journeys cruise. You're going to get a good portion of that demographic can be slightly older, because naturally they have more free time than younger folks sometimes would work and kids and everything like that to take a 14-day cruise.
Yeah.
So
Bob says, I will say post-COVID has seen many cutbacks.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Nellie said, let him go on a 7-night cruise. Children galore.
I warned him. I did warn him. But that's also why I think MSC might be a good chance. There were kids. There were definitely kids on the MSC cruise, but it didn't seem like there was a large number of them. Not like you would see on Carnival or Royal or something like that.
They had them tucked away pretty good. The only time I really saw them was when they did like the Lego parade.
Right. So there either weren't all that many on there, or they were keeping them entertained pretty well elsewhere. So, but he thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's good to have another cruiser, another person out there advocating for the cruise industry. I told give him 2 or 3 more cruises. See me out there filming for YouTube next. And put him to work.
There you go.
We're gonna hire him on as one of those field correspondents. What do you think? Like, here, I'm just gonna strap this camera to you. Go do your thing.
Yeah. Nellie said, I had a friend just did Seascape, and she said people were mad her grandbaby toddler was crying.
You hear that on all of them.
Let's see.
I mean,
Nellie said, I think I would give the eye to.
I mean, you're gonna have babies cry though. Babies cry. And what are you gonna do? They get unhappy, they get hungry, they get uncomfortable, they need to eat, change, whatever the case may be. They're tired, and they're getting a lot of stimulation depending on where they are on that cruise ship.
Yeah, a lot.
So
it's all new to them and strange people everywhere. And
yeah, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of crying, and there's always going to be that person, that says, we never had children for a reason. Why do we have to see all the other people's kids? It's one of those situations. You don't want to see kids. Don't leave your house or go on Virgin, But even then, you're going to got to drive to the cruise port. You're going to probably see some. If you fly, you're going to see some, It's ridiculous.
Nellie, nothing. I can't do anything but look at them and say, shh, ugly, ha joke.
Well, is what it is. I was going to talk about something else and I forgot. Oh, so Royal Caribbean did put out some news this week that they are looking to build a new floating dry dock facility on the west coast of the country of Panama. Be a nice, big, large one down there to help service the, of course, cruise ships that are on the Pacific Ocean, Asia, Australia, places like that. Now, of course, this won't be done till 2031 timeframe, but it'll create jobs and new dry dock facilities on the West Coast, because a lot of times the West Coast facilities that they do try to use, some of them are in the United States, they're either A, busy, booked up, or can't accommodate some of the newer, larger cruise ships. And this will be the second large project they've done, because they also have the one that they've been doing in Grand Bahamas as well. So
Texas Cruiser says, not sure what I think about Royal charging $4.99 for their souvenir tumblers. The drink package should cover it.
we remember we did talk about that a little bit last week, and I kind of get both sides of that. I do. But how many Diamond Plus passengers or ones that get the actual drink package are going after that tumbler all that often? I'm going to assume that Royal Caribbean said, look, they're just not getting it. They're not picking it up. They're not keeping it. They're leaving it behind, throwing whatever the case may be to make them do that. You know what I mean? Oh my God. This is getting worse.
Haley's jealous Joffrey. I love it. Well, Haley, you'll have to let me know if you need anything from Disney.
Yeah, we'll fix that. We just bring you something back.
Yeah.
It's Scott.
Marcy and Scott. Do they offer adult-only cruises? Yes, we loved our cruise, and we are hooked. The stairs were my friend.
Do they offer adult-only cruises?
Yes.
Carnival is currently offering adult-only cruises. It's occasional, but they are doing casino cruises, which are adults only. So yeah, there are some available out there.
And Virgin.
And of course, Virgin Voyages is always an option. But for anybody that's wondering, if you look in the chat there, you have Marcy and Scott. That is my brother right there, and who we were just happened to be discussing.
Donna and I don't need them anymore. We are Diamond Plus, so we are covered.
And that may be the exact reason why Royal Caribbean has decided to charge that.
Yeah. Cruising Chris M is here. Welcome. I always bring the tumbler home. I give them away as classroom prizes. There you go. That sounds like a good price.
Well, yeah, that if we continue going Royal Caribbean, we're going to start giving them away. We have a cabinet full of those things.
Yes.
I mean, those Royal Caribbean tumblers are everywhere in the house as it is, because you have to get a new one every cruise.
Yes.
So
they make good cups. I just wish they were a little bigger. They'd be great coffee tumblers.
If they were, yeah, just a little bit bigger. Tiffany needs hers. It's got to come in the jumbo size.
Yeah, that's coffee, guys. That's coffee. That's plus size. Nellie says, but wouldn't the refreshment package people want the cup? They're paying $30 a day for everything.
I would think so. I mean, that's the one you like that comes. Gee, that's terrible. But we really appreciate it. Thank you for contributing to the Helping Haley Stay Jealous Joffrey Coffee Fund.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
You guys know you've contributed way too much to this Joffrey's Coffee Fund that Tiffany is going to be twitching the entire week because she's in Disney. Because you've got to drink like 40 cups a day now, I think. And so you're gonna be twitching by the end of the ride. There's gonna be video of Tiffany just shaking on rides because she's so caffeinated.
I've had 2 of these already. I'm not twitching. Nellie says, if Rick telling us he is Diamond Plus was a drinking game, I would be drunk.
All fairness, though, I wouldn't mind being Diamond Plus myself. Those 5 free coupons a day. That's the one loyalty package I do chase even the slightest, is just to get to that drink coupon range.
Yes.
And, we're pretty close to getting to at least Diamond, not Plus, but getting to Diamond. And
Mr. Cruise Fever is here. Hopefully Carnival Cruise also improves the buffet food options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Nellie said she won't twitch. She has a 40-ounce tumbler of coffee already.
And that's not our first one today.
No, that's the second one that size, but I had 2 cups of coffee this morning.
Yeah, and I do agree about Carnival and their food option choices, especially when it comes to buffet. The last time when we cruised on the Breeze, that's one thing we noticed, that whatever they're serving in the main dining room, they were serving identical on the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
So it really didn't matter which one you went to. You were pretty much getting the exact same thing. And that is what I like about some of the other cruise lines, where you get a little more variety in the buffet if you don't go to the main dining room. Sometimes, it's an either or. It doesn't have to be identical. I get it. Carnival's doing that to save money, but Carnival has other things it's going for it though too. Guy's Burgers, pizza, Blue Iguana, so.
Cruising Chris M says coffee is pretty expensive in Disney. Yes, and I keep seeing all kinds I want to try. So
yes. That's also why she has the Disney dining plan, because you can use the snack credits for coffees. And she's pretty much already taken my snack credits for coffee. So I get no snacks.
Sheikah says, I have tons of Carnival cups.
I got a few of those too.
Yeah.
I got whale tails around here somewhere. I'm notorious. I'd say at every cruise, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get the souvenir cup. And I didn't get one on MSC.
No.
It was close.
We would have if they'd have put energy drink in it.
Yeah, if they'd have been willing to fill up full of energy drink, I'd have had it. But I've got ones from Disney. I've got ones from Royal Caribbean. I've got ones from Carnival. Yeah, I've got souvenir cups. Our top of our kitchen cabinets are just lined with them. Almost as bad as somebody's popcorn bucket addiction.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
Bob says Diamond is good with 4 drinks.
Yeah, and we're only a few days away, I think, from that. I think one more good cruise on Royal Caribbean. I think we make that, and yeah, the 4 drinks is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Cruz says Carnival Cruise is tweaking the dining room menus and be also improving the buffet food options.
I have been seeing where they've been testing it on different ships before they roll it out, kind of seeing what people like and dislike. The latest one, the bagel option, seems to be pretty popular.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to be digging the bagels. So,
Nellie says, I wish Royal would change the menu already. It's old now too. Bob says, agree, Nellie, although the 9-night on Mariner did have a few changes.
As long as Royal Caribbean doesn't change everything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, changing up some of the menu items would be okay, but they better not mess with my Caribbean theme night. Caribbean theme night and buffet on Royal Caribbean is my favorite. I don't want that to go away. But I like how Royal Caribbean changes it each night to, a different, it's Caribbean night, it's Italian night, it's Chinese night, it's Indian night. You know what I mean? I like how they rotate their buffet through.
Yeah.
That's definitely a plus I think Royal Caribbean has.
XM Vibes is here. Welcome. You'd eat better staying at home. No, I don't agree with that, because then you have the argument of, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? And
maybe like healthier. Maybe,
but you have healthy options on the buffet too.
This is true.
You have the salads. You can do like adult Lunchables and stuff like that without the bread. And
yeah. McDonald's will be better. Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider.
Nellie says, I am one solo cruise from Diamond on Royal. Jay Baxter said, I've booked another cruise because it has a guaranteed inside stateroom and includes gratuity for
£740.
Yeah, for 4 nights on Cunard's Queen Anne to go to Zeebrugge.
Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that.
In Belgium. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I am not familiar with the Z word there.
But that is awesome. No.
Cunard's definitely one I want to try too.
Yeah.
I know it's a little more. I have to wear pants. Cruise.
Yeah, you can't do the Norwegian thing where you run around in flippy flops.
But the Norwegian commercial says I can wear flippy flops. Doesn't say I can do it on Cunard, but they do say I can wear the flippy flops. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's on TV.
Nellie says, Bob, on Star, they offered lobster tail 3 nights. Ooh, that sounds so good.
That'll get you hooked, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
You like lobster?
Nellie said Mexican night on Royal is okay. Meh.
Well, I completely agree with that, but I think that's because of where
we live.
in Texas, getting Mexican food, I mean, you could throw a rock and hit a great Mexican restaurant in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So I think anytime you get away from that,
Yeah.
it's never going to be as good on the cruise ship. But I do think that if you are not from like an area that has, like we do here, if you're from Kentucky or Tennessee, I don't know how it is in Tennessee. I'm just making up states at this point. But states that, don't have a lot of Mexican restaurants in there. Like my daughter's in North Carolina, and they've been hard pressed to find a really good Mexican restaurant for a long time that may be great for them. You know what I mean? But I feel the same way about barbecue on cruise ships. Texas barbecue is super specific. It's how I like it. And then I get on cruise ships, and like Carnival, people rave about Guy's Pig and Anchor, right? It's not my favorite. Because it just doesn't taste like Texas barbecue, and that's the reason why. Not that it's bad barbecue, it's just not what I like.
The cruise tubers are here. Welcome, welcome. They say, hey, everyone. Bob says, Nelly, I'm jealous. Cruise tuber says, first time joining the live. Love your backdrop.
Thank you very much. It's just all cruising stuffs.
Yep.
An accumulation of cruising.
Keychains that we turn into Christmas ornaments and magnets from all the places we've been. We have a ton more. Just, I'd have to put up a whole wall of metal to put them all.
Yeah.
Nellie says, true, like Sabor on Harmony being empty. Now, see, Sabor, I liked Sabor.
Right. We ate Sabor on Liberty or Adventure. It was one of those ones that we tried Sabor on, and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got a really good deal on going to Sabor. It was one of those buy one, get ones that, Royal Caribbean hits you up with. So we used it there in Sabor. And it was really, really good. But he's right. Even on Harmony, you remember Sabor was like constantly empty. It's just definitely what I would consider not a flock to restaurant when they're sailing out of Texas.
Yeah. Nellie said, yes, Star has a barbecue joint. People loved it, but it wasn't Texas barbecue.
Yeah. Now, put a real Philly cheesesteak location on one of them cruise ships, and I will keep it funded. Personally.
Bob says, we're spoiled, Chris.
Oh, we absolutely are spoiled. Absolutely are. But like I said, throw something on there that we can't get here. A good Philly cheesesteak, like they make in Philadelphia. A proper slice from New York. Put a New York deli on that sucker. Ooh. Stuff I can't get here. I'd tear that up.
Dina Cruising Through Life is here. First time watcher. I bring 2 pairs of flippity flops. One may break. I love it.
Gotta have the backup flippy flops. Absolutely.
I used to wear flip flops all the time, and I don't think I own a pair anymore.
It's been a while since I've seen you buy them.
I don't know.
But I never go cruising without my slides.
Yeah.
I like to just slip them on and just.
I think I almost slipped too many times on the cruise ship in my flippity flops, so I quit wearing them. So, yeah, of course, I tumble over everything. So, Bob says the
tacos on Seascape.
Tacos on Seascape was good, but not what I'm used to.
Same. But they made up for it with pizza, in my humble opinion. And just what was that section called that we liked?
Destinations.
Oh, yeah, the destination section on the MSC Seascape buffet, where you just get that unique items. Mm-hmm. I really love the pizza and the destination. Were my 2 favorite places to eat.
Sheikah didn't like the Pig and Anchor or Guy's Burgers.
I'm sorry.
Nellie said, Sheikah, what? I've never done Carnival, but I know people love that Guy's.
I've heard this commented before, and there's a lot of merit to this comment. I really think there is. Because we've talked about something very similar to this before. Is Guy's Burger really as good as we think it is? Or is it as good as we think it is because we're on a cruise ship?
And it's included.
Well, think about this. If there was a Guy's Burgers down the street, right, and you could go in there and get it, would that be the place you would want to go to every time to get your burger at home? Or does it simply taste so much better because you're on a cruise ship?
Very true.
I'm utterly convinced that there's a whole bunch of psychology that goes into a lot of the stuff we eat. Because, being a Disney fan, you can eat all these things in Disney that you can get elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of food in Disney is not super special, but does it not taste better when you eat it there?
Oh, it does taste better when you eat it there.
I love Jamaican Caribbean meat pies, right? You've got every ingredient to make them exactly like they make them in Jamaica, but they taste different in Jamaica than they do here because I'm eating it in Jamaica. So I think there is some psychology that goes into what people think is so good on a cruise ship and then some people say, I don't get it. I don't understand the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I will hit Guy's Burgers every day. I will scarf them bad boys down. But
I know I'm trying.
Are they really as good as we think they are?
Sheikah says, everyone say hi to my friend Dina cruising through life. Hi.
Hello.
And thank you, Donna and Rick, for Tiffany's Christmas ornament fund. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you. Thank you. Cruising Chris M says, I love Guy's Burgers.
Me too. I'm not putting down the Guy's Burgers. I'm just a little bit of psychology. It's the same psychology where, they paint certain things, certain colors to get certain kind of reactions out of you. Businesses spend millions of dollars to do color wheels and, to get your mind where they want it to be, your mood where they want it to be. I think there's a little bit of that science that goes into Guy's Burgers too.
Attila said, I've slipped on wet Lido deck with flip-flops on. Quite scary. I was very close to landing badly, but I caught myself last second and did just an awkward fall. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you because, that is why I quit wearing flip-flops. Let's see. Where are we at? Went back to room and put on sneakers for rest of cruise. Yep, there you go. But the funny thing on MSC, I had sneakers on and I kept tripping over my own feet that day too. But
it went almost sliding across the sparkly floor.
Yeah, that floor was super shiny, super slippery. Jay Baxter says P&O Cruises had the themed buffet every night, but suddenly they got rid of that, and they've now put the most popular dishes from those theme nights into a specialist dining venue.
Oh, see, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Nellie says, agree. I think many places on cruise ships are just okay, but we love it on the ship.
I do think there is definitely some psychology involved in that.
Lake Cupid said, I say yes to Guy's Burgers. I would go to one of them if it was here, but I also love it on the ship. See, when you put it like that, I don't know, because, I just absolutely love Whataburger.
Mm-hmm.
How long's it been since we've had Whataburger? And it's just down the street.
Like 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, it's been like 6 months for me. Let's see. Cruising Chris M. I would go to Guy's Burgers if it had a stand-alone restaurant nearby, provided wasn't too expensive because of the name. I wouldn't eat it because of the novelty.
And that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been to, and they're completely different things.
Yes.
And it could have been the location and all kinds of stuff. But we went to a Guy Fieri's chicken place.
In Disney Springs.
And it was at Disney, and this was a couple years ago, 5 years ago.
It was awful.
And it was the worst thing we'd ever eaten in our lives. Now, it could have been the people making it there just as much as anything else. But But of course, that's not burgers either. So I would have to eat Guy Fieri burgers off the ship. Excuse me.
Sheikah said, I know I am crazy, but in my defense, I hardly ever eat burgers.
I do agree with you that you're crazy because you won't eat Guy's burgers. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Nellie said the psychology of making scratch-off tickets with bright colors with neon to draw someone to buy it. Yep.
Or how about slot machines
With the
bright and light
light.
and flash and spinny and bling, bling, bling and stuff like that. You know, a lot of that's all psychology.
Yeah. Well, they say, when you're shopping and you hear the music playing and it's loud, a lot of people complain that it's too loud. They've done research on that. With the music playing, people tend to spend more. That's why the music's so loud.
So
same goes with drinks at the Alchemy Bar. Clay's here. Welcome, Clay. Hello, I am here.
see, I love the Alchemy Bar though.
Yes.
Because I love the game of I'm going to come up with some random thing to ask you to make. And so far, they've made it every single time. And it's been delicious.
Yes.
Every single time. Alchemy Bar is absolutely my favorite bar on a Carnival cruise.
Yes. We actually got a couple of people hooked on the Alchemy Bar. Did your brother go to the Alchemy Bar?
He did, but oddly enough,
They ordered from the menu.
he ordered a beer.
Oh.
But he didn't know that you're supposed to play with the mixologist a little bit and give him the challenge. But he's hooked on cruising. He will have future opportunities.
Yes. You gotta mess with the bartender. Give them some outrageous thing that you'll actually drink.
Right.
And then see if they can come up with it. Attila says, Guy's burgers are good, but if the wait line is too long, I'm not waiting. I'll get something else. No biggie. Tara says, I only wear Clark flip-flops. I've never even heard of that. She have good grip and comfortable.
Well, if you want our flip-flops again, maybe look into those.
Look into those. Clay says, have you ever had the unlimited dining package on Royal Caribbean?
No, we have not. We have tried a couple of the specialty restaurants, but we are firm believers in the unlimited buffet.
Yes.
We really are.
Sheikah says, I love In-N-Out burgers. Cruise Tuber says, In-N-Out is the best. We've had In-N-Out. They were expensive.
We're also in Texas.
Yes.
And we know our wonderful, wonderful friend Chica's in California.
Yes.
So now we end up in the middle of the Whataburger In-N-Out battle.
Yes. Yes.
But they both make good burgers. You know, they really do.
Chris laughs, though, because I've changed my eating habits. And I don't eat the bun. I just wrap it all in lettuce. There you go.
In-N-Out burgers, In-N-Out burgers.
Cruising Chrism at the. You are talking my language. I love In-N-Out.
But actually, where was that? Okay, so the unlimited dining plan for us, and just us personally, we usually find so much good stuff to eat in general.
Yeah.
That we often don't make it to the specialty restaurants, even if we plan ahead. Be like, oh, look, maybe we should go try this or that or that. And then we always find so much stuff to eat along the way. You know, our last cruise on MSC, we only ate in the buffet.
Yeah, and I kept trying to go to the dining room because that was our first time on MSC, and I wanted to see the experience in the dining room, and so that we could film it and everything. We just never made it.
They kept finding such good things to eat. I think some of our best specialty experiences, though, have been like at lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where we're not so worried about all the extras they have for dinner, because lunch is usually pretty repetitive.
Yeah.
So we got some good chance of doing that.
The Cruise Tubers, heck yeah, Chris, I'm waiting for it to come to East Coast. In-N-Out is no good. It's okay. Nellie says Whataburger. Bob says, yes, Whataburger.
You tell where all the Texans are.
Yes. Attila says, in Houston, the In-N-Out burger is just okay. Here, probably better in California. Fast Eddie is here. Welcome, Fast Eddie. Any chance of you changing your time till 8 to 9 with daylight savings time? A lot of people may be out. Just a thought.
So I'm not 100% against it. However, We start at 6 Central Standard Time. Rick does his show at 7 Central Standard Time, and I think there's one more right after that. So a lot of it is we don't want to try to overrun, overwrite, or compete against some of our fellow content creators. That's originally how we ended up on Wednesday. Is I really don't want to try to step on too many other content creators' toes. If we need to look at something and maybe be a little bit later to get more people in, we can look at it for sure. We're not absolutely not against it. But my biggest thing is that I don't want to step on another content creator, because especially since I'm friends with a whole bunch of these guys and talk to a whole bunch of these guys that are on here. We're not competition with each other. We're friends. We are, cohorts in crime, not. So that matters to me.
Yeah. Nellie says, I am the specialty man. Haley is the cheapest MDR wife. Hey, there's nothing wrong with cheap. There's nothing wrong with that. Just gives you more casino money.
I would be more specialty if I didn't find stuff to eat. It's not that I, don't want to spend specialty restaurant money or go, or, I'm the cheap husband, but at the same time, I keep finding good things to eat. I'm usually happy with that.
Sheikah said there's a big debate about Whataburger and In-N-Out. Dina, cruising through life, that I must have gone to a bad Whataburger in Dallas, but then again, I'm not an In-N-Out fan either. I'm from Cali, and In-N-Out is down the street from me. Never go. It's personal preference.
It always is.
So yes, there are some bad Whataburgers out there. We had one down the street, and we quit going to them for a while, and then I don't know, they changed management or something, and now
they got better.
They got a lot better. So Bob says MSC Dining, we never made it either. They gave us 7, which was too late, but the buffet was great. Really loved the pizza. See, I think that was part of our problem too, is we got a late dining, even though we requested early.
Yeah. But MSC's buffet is open a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
It was open pretty much every time we were hungry. There was some part of it was open, and it stays open late. They have a true midnight buffet in there. And so, because, Cruise on MSC, they don't have the add-ons. There's not a Guy's Burgers, Blue Iguana, any of that stuff separate. It's pretty much specialty restaurants, main dining room, and buffet. It's really all there was. I remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they keep the buffet stocked and open really long time. Yeah. I never wandered around, even with just those choices, going, man, I'm hungry. It was always available.
Yeah. Clay says In-N-Out burgers are just an appetizer. They are tiny.
They are tiny compared to a good Whataburger, but I mean, people love what they love too.
Yes. Rick says, when you guys come to Galveston, visit the Strand next to the port. There is an awesome burger restaurant, Hubcap Grill. The burgers are fantastic.
Hubcap Grill.
What was the name of that place that we did go?
Yeah, I know it's not the Hubcap Grill, but if it's the one, there's a burger place. It's on the same street. What do you call it, like the Backyard?
No, that's here in town.
We even made a video about it.
Yeah.
But it's on the same street as the confectionery.
Yeah. And it's on the corner. I just don't know.
Yeah, and it's on the corner down there in the Strand. They had
good burgers in there.
I really like that place.
Yeah.
But we'll have to try that one out next time we're down there. The Hubcap Grill.
Fast Eddie said, fair enough with the answer.
Yeah, we will definitely look at it. I get it. We are kind of early. So it is definitely worth looking at. But like I said, I can't do it at the expense of others.
Jay says, if you're on Kennard, do not go to the steakhouse, as some of the main steak choices are available a la carte in the main dining room for a small fee.
Ooh, good tip. Good tip.
Very good tip.
I like that.
Sheikah said, what? Clay said, so your new live starts at midnight.
Maybe.
Yeah. Bob said, I really like the spot you mentioned, Rick.
And now I have to try that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now the spot is really good too. We have been to the spot, and the spot is really good if you're ever down in Galveston.
Yes, we've been there a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
We went with James and took Dylan there, and yeah.
Yep, the spot is really good. But now I want to try that hubcap grill.
Nellie said, but I went to spot without Rick recommendation. Attila the Fun says, midnight buffet, the old school grand buffets. I started cruising after they were phased out, but my wife has experienced them, and it's memorable for sure. We were on the birthday cruise. They did the midnight buffet.
Yeah, but that was a throwback.
Yeah,
because it was the 50th anniversary. That was a throwback cruise. But yeah, that they did bring the midnight buffet back for that one night.
Yeah. Texas Cruiser said the spot on the seawall is awesome too. One of my favorite places. Nellie said, but remember you moved the time before and it didn't work out.
Yeah, we were 6:30 at one point when we tried to move it back
and
everything. I said we'll have to sit down and play with it, and see exactly when everybody's on. Because usually when I'm done here, I'll jump over onto the show with Rick and the guys over there and chit chat a little bit over there too and listen to what's going on. I said that's the thing about content creators, and I know Rick was talking about it last week on the live after ours. In the cruising community anyway, there's, at least with the ones we associate with, and it's not really, there's no competition about like, oh, we do this and y'all don't. Everybody really gets together in the background and they help each other and they talk to each other and they help promote each other and things like that. It's a community where we're all trying to grow together. And so, yeah, not stepping on another, content creators live is really important. So we want to be on the show together. That's great, but we're not going to just stomp on somebody, especially because, a very large content creator, and there's a few of them out there that are huge, could very easily do it to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to do it to somebody else. That makes sense. So that's just not fair. You're right there?
Yeah, your elbow was in the way.
Oh. But all right, one more. Oops.
Marguerite is here. Hi, everyone. I don't do a lot of specialty, but I'm looking forward to trying the mason jar on a lure in April. It looks delicious. Other than that, I'll probably be at Windjammer or
El Loco Fresh.
There it is.
I was trying to remember that name earlier when I was talking to my brother. El Loco Fresh is the name of it on Royal Caribbean. There we go.
Okay, now you've got me. What is the mason jar?
Okay, so you haven't been on a ship that's had the mason jar yet. Or how would we describe it? It's like Southern cooking.
Okay. Sheikah said probably Rick will have to change his too.
But yeah, the mason jar is I want to say it's Southern food. I haven't eaten that one either. But everything I've seen about it, it's
Sheikah said midnight buffets were so good. Rick says, I love our community of cruise content creators.
Yeah, me too.
Andre's here. Welcome, Andre. Nellie said the content community can't be in competition because everyone talks about the same thing.
Well, in all fairness, half the time we're on the same shit.
Yeah. Margaret said, Margaret says it's a Southern cooking and it has an attached bar with live country music at night.
There you go.
Nellie said mason jar is like a Cracker Barrel. There you go.
I understood that too.
Texas Cruiser the Allure has a fantastic Brazilian restaurant called Samba. It's in the solarium. Ooh, I want to try that.
Yeah, they have that one on. They had that on Grander.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah. Yeah, so they had that one on there.
JB Ranch is here. Evening, y'all. Why I follow y'all in Texas Cruiser. Honesty and integrity. Thank you. Well, thank you. Yeah,
there's no point in lying. You can look it up and prove that when we lie.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, honestly, there is enough content creators out there, not that we associate with at all, that put out enough lies as it is. I don't know if you guys have noticed this recently, and maybe it's just me, but has anybody been following John Heald's Facebook page? Does it not feel like it's been whitewashed in the last 2 weeks? It's like it's gone, and I'm not criticizing the man. It's his page. He can do absolutely whatever he wants with it. But it's like a lot of the super interesting stuff is gone, and it's now like just straight positivity. Like it's been whitewashed, the negativity. Or either that or all the negativity is disappeared from the cruising community.
They don't want to be on your comment show.
I doubt it's because I drove them all away. Okay. Well, it would be really awesome to say I have defeated entitleism. I don't think that has occurred even remotely, but I do think his page has gotten a little sanitized. I wonder if corporate came down and gave him up.
I don't know.
You know, said make it look more like everybody loves everything.
Andre says 33 days till I sail on the sunshine.
Awesome.
We have some other people fixing to go out too.
Mm-hmm.
Nellie said, honest, and Rick has never been sad before. Cruising.
That's not nice.
Cruising Chris M at Margaret. The Mason jar has a great selection of old fashioned. My favorite is the apple pie. Oh, now we have to go.
No, Tiffany said, book the Allure. Everybody heard it.
Oh, yeah, it's on a big ship. Oh, well.
You said
Margaret said, okay, well, I never said it was authentic Southern food, but I also eat fake Mexican, Taco Bell, and fake Chinese, Panda Express. So I'm sure I will probably like it.
We've all dipped into the Taco Bell and Panda Express. We all have. You are going to come across that time when you're just like, I need some orange chicken. And you're going to hit the Panda. Been there more than once.
Nellie said it's like his bosses run his page now.
Right? Okay, so it's not just me that sees that. It's like it's got a completely different feel than it did 2 weeks ago. It's I don't know. I thought maybe it was just me.
Clay wants to know what there is to do in Nassau.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one. So depending on how long, and this is, again, my opinion only, depending on how long it's been, of course, they've redone the port area. There's like this big aquarium interactive thing. They all new shops and stuff right there. If you like history, there's an old military fort. If you want a free beach, you can go down to Junkaroo, walk down the road. Margaritaville is there. You can go see the Queen's Staircase. They got a really cool pirate museum with the pirate ship inside. Conch fritters. Definitely can do ship spotting in Nassau.
Yes.
So many ships. If you're on Royal Caribbean and want to spend the very large amount of money, in my opinion, you can go over to the Royal Caribbean Beach Club. Plus all the other excursions that they got going on in Nassau. I like Nassau. I know people swear, but now we don't get off the ship. Maybe if you've been there 20, 30 times, maybe you feel that way. But we always have a good time. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you where to buy Monster. I'm really good about telling where all the monsters are. And
yes. Margaret is
again, sponsor me. Okay.
Cruising Chris M. Have you had the toasted marshmallow old fashioned? It's my new favorite schooner bar drink.
I don't know if I would care for that one. I'm not a toasted marshmallow guy.
I don't like marshmallows.
And I can never. What is the name of the drink I like on Royal Caribbean?
I don't remember. Pirate Jack or something like that.
It's the Puerto Rican one.
Yeah.
Was it called a Jack?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Watch the video.
I have to go back and watch my own videos so I can remember what I drank. There is a Royal Caribbean drink I really, really like.
Attila the Fun said, I check John's page every once in a while if there's a way to clean up negative posts with those chat AI robot things. Yeah. Well.
There might be. But, I mean, he used to even repost some of the ones, and stuff like that. But now everything he reposts is Carnival is my favorite, the best thing in the whole wide world, and they can do no wrong. Yay! Type of stuff. I even went through the comments that, like, every morning it says, leave your comments, questions, or concerns. Some of a lot of it's gone out of there too. It's like, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's running an AI program or something in the background that's pulling every single item out of there that's not, yay, Carnival's best in the world. Kind of feels that way.
Nellie says, Allure, April 19th, I will go to Mason Jar. You'll have to give us a rundown. Attila said, maybe Corp is cracking down on John. Bob says, if they whitewash it, that could ruin Saturday mornings.
Yes. Yes, it actually has already done that. I got some ideas for Saturday mornings, but it is going to be a little bit different because we're looking at other locations and sources for good stuff after that. But yeah, it's been a little sanitized. So
Emerald Coast Cruiser says 30 days until our check-in. That is so awesome. Where are you going and what cruise line? Fast Eddie says, has anyone cruised out of Miami in the last week?
I've heard the traffic in Miami right now. They're doing construction on the roads around there.
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen some stories and some people saying that it's taken a hot minute and it's a bit of a headache getting in and out of the terminals right now. So,
and then
patience for anybody that's driving themselves into Miami.
Rick is heading out, getting ready for his show. Andre wants to know what there is to do on Celebration Key.
Again, we have not been there. I don't know if anybody in here has been there yet, but it's a lot like any of the other private island destinations you're going to see out there from the cruise lines. Naturally, there's going to be beach, there's pools. I want to say there's kids areas, adults only areas, cabanas, clamshells, food, some included, some not. Specialty restaurants, shopping. It's pretty much your standard private island destination, I would say. Biggest downfall being if you have the Carnival Cruise Line drink package, it does not work on their private island. Which I think if Carnival would change that.
Yes.
Make the drink package work on the island, would bring them a whole bunch of really goodwill, both there and at Half Moon, especially as we're coming to the very end of their loyalty program here in a few months and then switching to the rewards program, which still has quite a people fluffed up about. They really wanted to ease over it. I would make that package work on their islands.
Clay says Taco Bell is for colon cleansing.
Works like a champ every time.
Yes. Attila said, booked a Breeze 5-day cruise. It's short, but all I want is to take it real easy for a few days. No fuss, no muss. There you go. I hope you absolutely have a relaxing time.
And Breeze is an awesome ship.
Yes.
Love the Breeze.
Chica said the Mexican loves Taco Bell.
I mean, I've eaten a ton of Taco Bell in my life, no problem whatsoever. But I use the word Mexican food very loosely with Taco Bell.
Clay mentions a drink that is not the drink, though. Is that the drink on Royal Caribbean that you were talking about?
It's a Puerto Rican one. It's 2 words. And we were getting it over in, damn it.
I want to say it was like Pirate Jack or.
I think that's close, but that's not it.
Pirate John. I don't know. We're just throwing out names here now.
Yeah.
Marcy has got say nothing. Emerald Coast says, bring money for Celebration Key. Celebration Key was boring because it was cold, so we were not able to get in the water.
Yeah, and being a private island destination, which is really basically a beach day for a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, when it's really, really cold, can be not as entertaining.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to get in the water.
Attila says Celebration is still building out. I think they will bring a massive water park situation and more adults only space, but I've never been there.
I haven't either. I said I think their best thing that they could do for Celebration Key is to make the drink package work on the island.
Yes.
I mean, that right there would probably help out Carnival a whole lot in the Goodwill department. That's
Papa
it.
Jack. That was it.
That's it. Papa Jack.
I knew there was a Jack in there.
Yep, the Papa Jack. That is my favorite drink on Royal Caribbean. Right there.
Yes.
Can never remember the name.
Thank
of
you,
that
Margaret.
thing.
Yes. Papa Jack. They serve those at Lime and Coconut and the Bamboo Room.
The more places to get it.
Yeah, we were getting it in the.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the place.
But it was really colorful, and it had the ticker going across the top as you were going in. We would go in there for trivias and stuff.
My brain is just totally shut off tonight.
It is. So is mine.
But yeah, the Papa Jack.
Yep.
I love that one. That one will get me in trouble because it tastes so good. I might have a few of those today.
Attila the Fun says drink package. Never met her. The Celebration Key staff.
They said, no habla inglés. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and I don't know what's going to happen with it, but Norwegian got a lot of backlash when they tried to change that. A lot of backlash. And Carnival's been receiving backlash left and right about their drink package the whole time. Because it doesn't help that Royal Caribbean's right next door going, ours works on Coco Key. It works for us. Why doesn't it work for you? And I could get it where they're saying, well, it's the cost. It's the cost of, having all this stuff on the island. But how did Royal Caribbean do it? And then for the longest time, Carnival swore up and down that all they could ever have was the drink package and the soda package and the cheers package because it was priced. Nothing could be in the middle because it just didn't price out right. But Royal Caribbean had it the whole time. And now suddenly, Carnival has it. Mm-hmm. Because their zero proof package is right about the same as the beverage package on Royal Caribbean, and they're roughly the same price. Weird how that works.
You were talking about this earlier. Nellie said Norwegian now getting backlash for charging for a show on the new ship.
Yes, on the Luna, that circus, it's got a whole French circus name going on with it, but it's like Cirque du Soleil. I'm a little torn on that one, though. So it's an over 21 and 21 and over only show. No kids. They say it's going to be risque. Little adult material.
I'm thinking it's going to be a Las Vegas showgirl show.
Well, they said there's going to be some ooh la la in it. Okay. And so it is $49.99, $45 per person to get in the show, which is not outrageous. I mean, if you've been to Vegas and some of those shows where they're not handing them out for free, that's a pretty typical show price for something like Showgirls. But yeah, you also get 4 drinks come with that. It includes the gratuity for the 4 drinks and a souvenir glass that you get to keep.
Which more than pays for that $45 more than pays for the drinks if you were just to walk up to the bar and order.
Get a souvenir cup and 4 drinks. Yeah. Still covers it, and you get a show. So there's definitely going to be some people that are going to say, oh, they're just charging, it's nickel and diamond. I don't know. I'm a little torn on that. If the show was really good, and I came out, and I don't know if anybody's seen it yet, but if the show was really good and I went in and I thoroughly enjoyed it and I had my drinks and I'm walking out with my souvenir cup and I'm like, that show was awesome, the $45 would not bother me.
No, because you would pay that much to go see it on land.
But if I go in there and the show fucking stinks, my bad. But if I go in there and the show absolutely stinks, like I was so excited when we went to see Grease on Harmony, and I was really unimpressed with it.
Oh, we were so disappointed with Grease.
So if I walked out of the circus show feeling like I did when we left Grease, the $45 would bother me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's really going to depend on how good the show is.
Nellie said, but won't that start something new that all will do? I don't know.
That is a distinct possibility because cruising has proved all along monkey see, monkey do.
Yes.
One does it. If it's successful, here come the others. So, yeah.
JB Ranch says, didn't other cruise lines charge for some shows as well, like Blue Man and Circus Soleil?
Yes. Yep. So this is not the first time this has been done either. And they mentioned those are two exact shows when they were talking about it, that it's been done before.
Clay said, only one ship with Carnival that I am willing to book, and that is the Jubilee, mainly because of Kindle Fire.
She's married now. With Kindle alone.
Nellie is laughing. Attila said, tip included, not interested in that kind of setup. Chris, is that you speaking French?
My French is so horrible. Yeah. Yes, that was French. We'll go with that.
Nellie said, based on first impressions, I don't like the NCL charge.
And I get that because the cruise lines are notorious for doing stuff where it's about profit. It's all about profit. Let's charge more for this. Let's raise this. And since the restart of cruising, we've seen prices on a steady up hike the entire time. So I completely get that. And it would really depend on how well the show was. And again, it's really going to be all about feelings. If I came out and I was like, yeah, I'd be okay. If I came out, boo,
Dina Cruising Through Life says, years ago I was on the Epic and I paid for dinner and a show that I would pay for. They need to add snacks. You had snacks, and yes, I would pay for it. Sorry.
Tiffany agrees 100% with snacks.
Nellie says, agreed, Clay. Margaret, what made Grease disappointing? Was it not the usual royal standards? It was out of line.
It was out of order.
Or out of order, not out of line. Sorry, wrong word.
They sung the songs in the wrong order, and it just,
a couple of them they sang twice.
And then it just, the cast members were great. They were awesome. They did a spectacular job. It was how the show itself, I think, was written.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the product that they were basically handed to reproduce.
Yeah.
More so than anything like that, because Royal Caribbean does wonderful production shows.
They even had a song in there that nobody knew.
Yeah, it was off. And it was one of the ones we were really, really looking forward to the most.
Mm-hmm.
Was Grease. When we had the opportunity to see, like, yeah, gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. And we just didn't leave with that feeling.
Yeah. Cruising Chris Sims says it's no different than paying extra for Spellbound on Star or Sun Princess.
And from what I've seen, again, while I haven't been to that one, I would pay for Spellbound. That's one of the ones I would pay for.
Fast Daddy said, I hope they charge for all the shows now. My wife don't drag me to those sleep fests.
For some, it's going to work out perfect.
I love it. I love it. Nellie said, it is different. Chris M, it is most definitely different.
But is it really, though? Because Spellbound, I mean, it's in a smaller venue, but it's basically illusions and magic and things like that. Is it really? I mean, and the truth is, honestly, whether we agree with it or not, if you don't want to pay the $45, you don't have to. And it's only that show. It's not every production show. If you don't want to, you don't have to go. And then if enough people don't go and don't show up, they'll rethink it. If they're putting on the show and the theater's half empty every production, they're going to be like, something's not right here.
Nellie said, Grease was great, but I had the whole show, not the Chris and Tiffany show. Nellie said,
maybe we had some abridged version.
A show that was just songs because of a rough water. No, we got the whole show, the singing, the dancing.
And cars out there. And
we got the whole show. We just,
Maybe we did get an abridged version. Maybe one of the key cast members was out sick or something and we didn't know it.
Maybe.
Clay, but it just, our one we saw was off.
Clay said, I know you were joking about my comment about Kendall. I think she is an excellent cruise director. Nothing more than that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I have not cruised with Kindle Fire, but she is definitely one of those ones that people talk about as being an excellent cruise
They've
director.
actually started posting their schedules.
Yeah, they do, because people really care about on Carnival. They care about who the cruise director is.
Yeah, because there's a couple. There's that one that I would not want to be.
But I'm still gonna say my personal favorites are Emma and Savannah.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, my lovelies.
Yes. And Savannah, just tell it like it is. Would you hurry up and get to the mustard grill? We want to get the party started.
But I actually saw something about Emma the other day, because her husband is Mike Pack, and they're actually on their second baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sheikah said, I was not impressed with Kindle Fire. I've seen better cruise directors. Emma was great, but she is no longer with Carnival.
Nope,
No.
she is not. Once she took out the panorama, she went ahead and stepped back. But you'll see her actually on Facebook every once in a while. She'll pop up.
Yeah. Attila says, Kindle is great. Where does she get all that energy from? She is a ball of fire.
Coffee.
And Nellie said to me it was different. Nellie, because it crosses a line for production show, not a small spellbound event.
Okay.
Margaret says, I believe Royal bases their productions off of the Broadway productions. Grease the musical and Grease the movie are sequenced differently, and Broadway production has several songs not in movie. Well, there you go. I didn't know all of that.
Well, I mean, I've seen enough of them to know they're not identical.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. Well, I guess.
I don't know. I saw Mamma Mia, loved it.
But you've never actually seen the movies. So.
But that's true. But we've seen the Disney movies and seen the Disney productions and like them. Grease just threw me off. I don't know. Maybe we were having a bad production night.
Maybe it was just us that night because we've seen the movie and we were expecting, all right, this is the song, this is the song, this is the song, and go along with it. And maybe we know it too well.
I still don't think the very song at the end where the car flies, which no one can ever explain anyway, in the movie, why that was in the middle. So, but hey, again, don't get me wrong, I will still go see the next Royal Caribbean production show.
Yes.
All
the ones we've seen, though, that was the only one we were disappointed in. Kelly said, good night, family. Was a great, great show. As always, have a wonderful week, my friends. Grease was not child-friendly on Royal. Says Clay.
I'm trying to think of it. If I don't know that I got that impression, but our kids are all grown, so I wouldn't have been thinking that anyway.
Think like that anymore.
Yeah. Oh.
Very suggestive.
Interesting.
Now
I'll have to think about that, because honestly, thoughts like that are long gone. Kids are all over 21 now, so we don't think with little kids in mind anymore, really. Not unless we're actually trying to.
Just fine to me.
All right, Nellie's getting it. All right, we're done beating up Grease, Nellie. We're done beating up Grease. In all fairness, I would go see it again.
Yeah.
Because maybe it was just me that was thrown off that night too.
At least
that happens.
Kids see it all these days.
Yeah. So, all right, we are past an hour though. So I think we are going to go ahead and get ready to shut it down for tonight.
Grease was the Broadway production, not the movie. You do know that now you are forcing me to book a cruise on Harmony just so I can see for myself. At least that's the excuse I'm using.
You know what? I will absolutely take the blame for that one. Have an awesome cruise on Harmony.
Jay Baxter says P&O Cruises does not have an entertainment director. They just have an entertainment manager now. He's in charge of the entire ship's entertainment. Bob says Mamma Mia was the best.
I thought so too. I really liked Mamma Mia. And I went to that one on a solo cruise. Tiffany wasn't even there. And I still went and watched Mamma Mia.
Clay said maybe you had a different show. I only thought that because of the whining babies and kids. Great job, guys. See you Saturday. Nellie said, "No, Margaret, it is no longer on Harmony." Chica said, "Mamma Mia is my granddaughter's favorite movie. I have seen so many times." Clay said, "Book on Harmony, you will not be disappointed."
That's true. I forgot they did take Grease off of Harmony.
Yes.
I don't know if they moved it to anywhere else. That's a good point. But all right. Yep, I will definitely have a video out this Saturday. We will be back next week. Love Mamma Mia. I totally lost my train of thought. I'm now thinking about Mamma Mia. Okay.
He's gonna leave the show singing.
Actually, I do know some of the songs from Mamma Mia, but we're not going to do that to anybody. We're just going to think about Papa Jack's on the way out. So, because hopefully I can remember that next time someone asks me about that.
Everybody's just saying good night.
But all right, good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. An awesome show as always. Really, really appreciate talking to everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. And we'll be back next week. And of course, like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.
Good night, everybody.